Hi, this is E.S. Glenn, and I just want to share with you this wonderful edition here. This is a catalog from the Moebius exhibition at the Max Ernst Museum. I was invited to the show by Paul Gravett, and as I was sitting outside waiting for him to finish his interview with Jean Giraud's lovely wife and daughter, the museum director, Dr. Achim Sommer, came out and gave me this copy. And as you can see, it has this augmented reality feature to it that I discovered when I was waiting on the train after the show. During the show, there was some amazing reproductions of some of Mœbius's work that if you use the app, you could see some sort of animation happening on your phone, as you just saw. But yeah, I got this edition. It was hefty, and I remember just holding it in my lap the entire time that there was, during the opening there was some speeches being made, and I could just feel my fingers scratching away at the cellophane, just hoping to get a chance to open this baby up. And now that I've got that chance, I want to share it with you guys because I know this is one of those rare editions that might not be seen by a lot of people. So there's a lot of text here in the front. Quite interesting, actually. I attempted to read the text, and my goal was to make an audio track here with the text from the book, but trust me, you did not want to hear that. It didn't work out as well as I'd hoped, and even now I'm just kind of winging it and hoping that I don't mess up at some point and burst out in cursing, which I've been doing all night. I think every take so far has ended in about 6 or 7 MFers. Let's say that. But I'm not going to talk too much here. Just want you to enjoy the images if you can't get your hands on this book. Here I'm trying to use the augmented reality app on this image, but it didn't work, so I give up quite quickly. But I hope you enjoy the book. I might chime in every now and then, but for now I just hope you enjoy the pages as we go along here. A lot of these drawings are a bit out of sync with the museum show itself, in the way that the size in the book kind of doesn't represent very well the size of the physical pieces from the show. A lot of the pieces are a lot smaller and more intricate than I expected. And it was very, very impressive to see. Like these two pieces here actually are printed larger in the book than they are at the museum. These are very small paintings and very, very detailed. I was completely overwhelmed. Whereas this piece here was the size of the museum wall. And again, I'm using that augmented reality app to animate the figure. these pieces here kind of remind me of H.R. Geiger, and I saw that documentary, Jodorowsky's Dune, and I know that Moebius or Jean Giraud was hanging out with those guys at some point. They crossed paths. So my guess was that maybe H.R. Geiger and Moebius had an exchange of vibes or ideas, or there was some overlap there. And again, the physical work that was at the museum is just stunning. Really, really potent stuff. And speaking of the museum, this book can be ordered. I don't know how many copies are in existence, if it's one of these rare print runs, but I know that you can get a physical copy from the museum and possibly order it from the museum website. So if I find a link, I will leave it below, but I can't promise anything. I'm not a pro YouTuber or anything like that. I just wanted to share this book. And these pieces here, I love these pieces. And this was one of my favorite pieces there. I turned the page too quickly there, but that was that Jeff Darrow Moebius collaboration. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the work. And yeah, these pretty good book here. There's another one of these H.R. Geiger inspired pieces, or it's my theory that it's H.R. Geiger inspired. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but here you see I'm using the animation app again. And here's another animated piece. And again, these animated works were beautifully reproduced at a very, very large scale. I mean, these were huge wall-sized pieces that were just perfectly scaled up. Like, there was no pixelation at all. I mean, the installation at the Max Ernst Museum is just absolutely superb. I can't stress enough how potent that work is in person. And some of these black and white pieces, especially the ones that use this dual tone kind of manga screen tone, oh my god. I mean, I wish I was a millionaire. I'd just try to buy the lot of them. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is so strong. And this piece here with a woman sitting cross-legged, there were like about maybe 6 or 7 more like that were just intense, where they have that white, and the white being used for light, like a Ed Piskor style, just that really dynamic contrast that just pops out like that secret way of getting light on a piece of paper without using an actual light source. Here we get into some comic pages, more linear storytelling. Now that bird is that bird creature is made of concrete. I think we all know that. And you know, I was thinking, I wonder if that comic from the 90s, the comic titled Concrete, I wonder if that guy who made that is inspired by Moebius at all, if there's some connection there. I'm very curious to know, but I don't know for sure. I'm just making stuff up as I go along, as I read this, just because it's just pulling my brain into so many different directions. Because it's Moebius, it's beautiful work, really. This piece on the right is just one of my absolute favorites. That silent explosion there was just really good. Here are a few of his fine art pieces from his art school days, which I had never seen in my life, and they are very small pieces. Actually, these paintings are about life-sized here in the book, except for this, which was a huge mural. And actually, one of his last works that was designed to be a mural is coming up bit here after this animation that I'm going to try to make that happen right now. Okay, here's that huge mural, which I saw before actually seeing the show. I was, like I said, I spent a lot of time waiting at the cafe before meeting Paul, and had to go to the bathroom, and so there's a kind of a connection between the cafe and the museum, and on the back wall there was this huge mural. And I was just in awe. I'm calm now, but I was quite hyper when I saw this. And it was funny because as I was jumping with joy, literally, the museum director, Dr. Akin, came up behind me like, Everett, what are you doing? Which was quite funny. And he's a good guy. I ended up sending him a drawing. Just because the vibes were so good. By the end of the night, we were slapping hands and hugging, and just a pretty cool guy. I like him a lot. And I think we're coming now to the end of the book. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Basically, I showed you everything in the book. And if you can get your hands on it, I do recommend having it in person. I know a video isn't as good. And this text, as I said, I tried to read it all on camera, and it didn't work. But it is a very, very strong and interesting text, and worth the read.